I had just recently left Lakeside School as the head. The founding board came to talk to me about schools because they knew that I had just left one and wanted some help to start a new one. I heard what they had in mind, and the first thing I did was try to talk them out of doing it. And they decided to do it anyway. And so I decided to help them out, and then we had a school. On the east side, their sense was there's one independent school and then a whole bunch of religiously affiliated schools. So if you don't want the one school and you're not interested in a religiously affiliated school, where do you go? That was the niche we were supposed to fill.
We all had children that were the age of wanting to go to school. And when we were looking at schools, there was very few independent schools on the east side.
We really looked at what was the latest pedagogy, how do people learn, what is the latest brain science, and wanted to flip the way schools were working.
It was a very exciting opportunity to do something new and innovative.
We opened the school officially in the fall of 2003 in the Lynbrook Office Park. Many people drove onto the campus and then turned around and drove right back off the campus because nothing on this site looks like a school or anything that could be a school. We had really no money, so everything we had was a leftover or something that was made for a purpose different from the one we needed it for. We had used furniture. We bought, 50 used folding chairs, all of which were painted brown in the parking lot. And although we thought that was hurting us at that time, it turns out that it was actually helpful because nobody made it through the door of the building unless they really had an interest in what we were going to do.
We had parents coming in doing the painting, we had to finish the ceiling tiles, we had to paint the desks and podiums. There was this community of parents, and the kids were there too, that got the school ready for that big opening day. It was a real coming together of just everybody making it happen.
The first faculty were young, idealistic risk takers who absolutely enjoyed the ride.
And when we hired faculty, we always explained to them that this was going to be different. And they stepped up. We had the greatest faculty. They really made it special for every student.
Something about Eastside Prep that has never changed since the beginning is that we're committed to helping everybody achieve as much as they possibly can. We want people to be authentic when they're here. We want to know students. We want to see what they can do and what they can bring to the table.
Things really began to change in about 2011 when we started having more applications than we had seats. As we grew, we required additional facilities. The first of those was the Levenger Pool Commons. That was followed fairly soon after by the creation of the TMAC. We needed science labs, we needed a gym, we needed classrooms and offices. That was followed by the Tally, which is the most significant of the structures in terms of cost and actual square footage. And that completed our campus, but for the ultimate completion of the renovation of the middle school, which was finished in 2022. The more we began to look like a traditional independent school, the more people began to see us as a traditional independent school. So we had to delineate the program much more specifically. We had to work hard to be sure parents understood that our objectives was not college placement. Yes, we were preparing students for college, but that was not the be-all and end-all. We wanted healthy, happy people at the end of their time at Eastside Prep. I happened to be on a consulting trip to Shanghai during the time that SARS was holding the country hostage. By the time I got back to the States and back to this community, it was clear to me that we should be thinking about ways to have school if we couldn't have school. So we started talking about this long, long ago. When we did close the school, March 2nd, 2020, we did it as the first school, actually in the country, to do so. The greatest challenge we had was trying to find a way to perpetuate the social activities that students so depend on in high school and in middle school. So we did the best we could. We had prom in a box, we had homecoming in a box, they drove through the campus to pick up their diplomas in a box. We had a number of contests. One contest was, let's find the worst COVID hair. Getting the position of worst COVID hair, it was an achievement because there was a lot of bad hair. The reason we got through COVID as well as we did is because the faculty continued against every single odd to stay with it, to believe they could do it, and to be committed to it. And that's why we still have a school today.
It's amazing to see how effectively EPS creates an environment that meets the needs of all different kinds of learners and people.
The way we approach education at EPS is a partnership between teacher or faculty member and student to teach and learn together.
Families, people who we don't know, see it as a gift to their kids, and that's really humbling.
I cannot be more excited about the future of Eastside Prep. This place is poised in this amazing region of innovation and new ideas and inventions to really push about being a community leader and partnering with other places to be able to deliver the best education we can for the kids.
The future is extremely positive. There is so much to build on. I'm so proud of where we've been together and where we're going.